Hey YouTube, the last video for me for today, so after this you are done with me for at least the rest of the Sunday, unless you want to watch more videos. Always welcome to do so. This is clutch 62 from a Scaleless Hypo Butter Motley Home or Head Diffused to a micro scale looking Scaleless. Maybe you saw it in the beginning of the video, or yeah, hopefully you saw if you paid good attention. But the mother is a Scaleless Caramel Tessera. She proved out head amelanistic and head motley. So that was pretty lucky. But the strange thing is, I bred her myself, and she came from a Scaleless to a head Scaleless or something like that, and all the babies were just Scaleless in the clutch, but she was there with a lot of scales. So it reminds me a little bit of micro Scaleless. So I do like perfectly scaleless babies, of course, but this one is the other side of the extreme basically. So instead of having no scales at all, it basically has a lot of scales, but they are tinier and stuff. She also feels pretty rough, but I do like the look, because if you have the scales, then yeah, they are a little bit more, yeah, the color pops a little bit more. But well, I was mostly curious if I would breed her back to a really normal scaleless animal. Would I get all scaleless, and is she just a strange, how do you say it, abnormality or something? So yeah, a little, just an oddball in the group, or is it something I could reproduce? And well, with these babies, there were about 11 babies or so, I think. Basically, I got no answers and more questions. So I'm still not 100% sure. But at least let's go have a look how they look. And also definitely in the comments let me know if you have experience with these scaleless basics, basically. I do know we have there's somebody out there with a line that's called braille or bradle, I think it's in English. It's also a scaleless line with a lot of scales. But yeah, I think that is sort of also genetically a scaleless that is just bred for a lot of scales. So maybe this is something similar. But I'm not really sure. I won't call it anything special. So yeah, they are just on the morph list as scaleless. But yeah, if you see any and you like it with a lot of scales, then yeah, just let me know which one it is and I will keep it for you. Let's go have a look at them. So, the simplest morph, of course, that you can get is Scaleless Caramel, because both parents were Scaleless and Caramel. This is a male, and it has like some scales there on the side, but basically this is a real, a basic scaleless sort of. So male number 1, this is male number 2, also pretty normal looking. Some scales on the tail there, but yeah, that's quite common in scaleless. And then we have a female Caramel Scaleless. And we have a male Scaleless Tessera, which also looks pretty good. Tessera and Scaleless just work so well together, I think. Then we have a male, a little smaller male, unfortunately, but he is Scaleless Tessera Motley. Then we have the butters. This is a male Scaleless butter. And then the first strange one is this one. It's a female Scaleless butter, but yeah, look how many scales she has. So it looks a bit like the mother, and it also looks like a micro Scaleless, like a bald head basically, but yeah, all sorts of small scales on the body. The only difference is there is really a lot of space as well in between. Look, especially there. So it does seem like some spots are really without any scales. And well, some micro scalers also have it, but usually they are not this, yeah, this open or something. But I'll try to show a little better in the hand. So yeah, it does have a lot of small scales, just like the mom. But well, that's the female Scaleless butter. We also have this female, which is a Scaleless butter motley. And she's almost like an in-between form. So yeah, she is basically scaleless on her back. But yeah, the sides are pretty scaled. As you can see, like on her tail, but also here on the rest of her body. That is a good view, I guess. So yeah, all the way from the neck, all the way to her tail, she has scales on her sides. So yeah, are these real scaleless then, or is it micro scaleless, or is it just a variety in scaleless itself, which I am leaning to at the moment. But what is this? A male scaleless butter tessera, which is a normal scaleless basically. And the last one is a strange one as well. This is a female scaleless butter tessera. I'm not sure if she's motley or not. She is pretty patternless, but yeah, the scales also throw off the color and the pattern a bit. And yeah, she's also pretty scaled, as you can see, especially in her neck. But then if you would just see this part and somebody would say, Joshua, is this a scaleless or a micro scaleless? I would say, yeah, it's definitely a scaleless. Because it's way too, way too bold or something, like almost shaved for a micro scaleless. But yeah, if you would see this part in the neck, I would say, yeah, it could be micro scaleless. But also the head is, I will show in hand as well. Also, if you see the scaleless head, and also the beginning of her neck is scaleless. And that's also not typical. With micro scale, they actually, yeah, the scale start, yeah, where the head pattern starts or ends basically. So just at her cheeks. So I don't think these scaled ones are micro scaleless. I just have them on my morph list as scaleless. But yeah, that one, and that one. Oh, all three females. There could be a coincidence. No, there's also normal females. So, okay, it's just a coincidence. They do look special to me. But I will just sell them as scaleless with some scales, so they are the same price. So if you like them, then just message me. And thanks for watching all 5 videos today. I appreciate it.